I was just doing this, so now my face is all red because I was looking at my iPad. Oh, oh, good morning. Good morning. Oh, jeez. Facebook popping up notices right when I start a live. Awesome. Great. What was I doing? Oh, right. I was on the internet looking at Bridgerton gifts. Did you watch Bridgerton? How much did you love it on a scale of 10 to 20? Because we know you loved it. Oh my God. Can't wait for season two. Um, I was running around the house going, what the heck am I going to talk about today? Nothing's new. Nothing's exciting. It's like when my mom calls, hi, Andrea, what's new? What's exciting? Nothing, mother. It's the same old, just like last week. Oh, my hair is doing the thing. Good morning, Linda. Oh, mm. Today's cheesy t-shirt is cheesy, but it was free. So that's the best kind of shirt as far as I'm concerned. It says, his fight is my fight. Dementia awareness. Everybody read my boobs. Okay. So, yes. And the dementia awareness ribbon color is purple. Same as the ADHD awareness ribbon is also purple. The irony of this is not lost on me. I think it's hilarious. So, yeah, my father was diagnosed with a form of dementia this year and had to move into a nursing home in 2020. Great. So, yeah, I got this cheesy shirt. Um, it's the second time we've had to deal with dementia in our family, so we're old hats at this now on that side. That's great. But since I have ADD too, my kids are always like, how will we know if you get dementia? Like, how, like, it's not gonna be a huge difference here. You have to joke about these things because if you don't, you're just gonna be lying in a ball crying all the time. And you really just don't get anything done that way. Good morning, Mother. She's calling me Sunshine this morning because Facebook will moderate her comment if she says her usual things. See my shirt, Mom? It's cheesy, but dementia awareness. Or, or my kids say, you'll just buy lots of lemons, like that commercial that was on TV for a while. So yeah, I ran around the house going, what did I forget to talk about? Because I know last week, as soon as I got off the live, I was like, oh crap, I forgot about these things. Oh crap, I just forgot one of them too. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, anyway, I'm still writing it down. Anyway, the front of my laptop is covered in sticky notes. It's a horrible, horrible mess. So when last we met, did I talk about the silly moon rulers again? I may have, but I may have forgotten to mention if there was any extra you wanted to try to have me stock, let me know because I was putting in an order. Except I've already put that order in and paid for it, and hopefully it will be on its way soon. Because I got cleaned out of some rulers. But if you buy a ruler, I can get you a free class on how to use the ruler. So there's that. If you've ever wanted to try ruler quilting. So I had some questions and somebody said, is it hard to do ruler quilting? And I said, well, how good's your free motion? So ruler quilting is kind of like the next step in free motion quilting. If you've never free motion quilted before, ruler quilting is going to be really, really hard. If you've got the hang of free motion quilting and you just want to take it to another level, you should be good to go. So that's good to know. That's where your skill set is. Yeah, it just adds one more thing to keep track of while you're quilting, that ruler, so you don't run over it. So it's like driving with more kids in the back, and the radio's blaring, and you got to order takeout, and there's a dog running across. Y'all remember those days? I know you do. So what was I going to talk about? The other thing that I totally spaced on mentioning last week was the mystery quilt signups. It does cost money. It is only $5 though. But Kathy says I'm her favorite Wednesday person. Good morning, Kathy. How did you like your quilt? I did another quilt for Kathy. And she finally picked it up. So she always makes these big cuddly quilts that are hockey themed, I guess. And I was just talking about the mystery quilt, and I was going to show one of the bundles. I posted a picture of 2 suggested bundles, of just a suggestion for something you might want to use on the mystery quilt. The one that was sort of green and foresty theme, somebody went and bought the rest of the bolt of one of the fabrics for something else. Oops. The other one, I did a hockey theme bundle. It's over there. That's why I keep looking at it. And I just need to, knock heads with Kathy for a bit and figure out what we want to use for the background color. I'm thinking of blue. Kathy makes a lot of red hockey quilts. I'm thinking maybe we'll go blue this time. So that would be cool. So the other thing about the mystery quilt is if you buy some fabric for the mystery quilt, you get 10% off, which is super awesome. I don't have an automated coupon or anything or a bundle. Like, that's why I was going to do some bundles, but whatever. So if you're interested, you just let me know. We'll figure out what's going on. So yeah, and it's sort of less mystery because we do show you a picture of what the actual block looks like even before you sign up. It's a half log cabin. So that kind of takes the mystery out. I like to call it more of a choose your own adventure because there's lots of options for sizes and layouts. So that's kind of like the mystery. What the heck is it going to look like when you're done? We don't know. Depends on how you lay it out. So we know what the block looks like, but other than that, who knows? Who knows? So some other things I was going to remind you about. It's all these Aurifil cases, which are $20, and they come with one of these on the site. I know. I've been getting lots of questions about the various sizes of the cutting mats. And once again, reminding you that they are both sides. I did have somebody buy a big one, and they got pink, which for them was a stretch because they work with a lot of red fabrics. But we thought, well, if you work with a lot of red fabrics and you put it on a red cutting board, you're not going to see what you're cutting very well. So she went for the pink, and she had to call me right back as soon as she got home from her contactless pickup and just tell me how much the room had brightened with such a cheery cutting mat. And you guys are buying up all the pink ones, so I don't have any for me in the shop for my own cutting tables. I'm going to have to order more. Darn. That would be a shame. And also when my granddaughter was here and we did the dangerous crafts, she wants her own cutting mat so that she can work with an X-Acto knife at home. And I'm not really fond of one of my descendants working with an X-Acto knife because the other thing that runs in our family is extreme clumsiness. So it's usually one of my kids calls me. If they're phoning and not texting, then it's an emergency. So if I see Addison's phone is calling me, I'll be like, how bad is it? I don't even say hello. It's just like, how bad is it? How long have you been in the ER? That's why they phone. So yeah, it's like stitches. Yeah, we should probably have our own stitching kit. We could probably do it ourselves at this point. So yeah. So Izzy will get a lot of instructions on safety and how to use things safety and cutting away from yourself and not to wars yourself. Parents' job is never done. Is it, Mom? Is it? The caffeine's kicking in. Ron was like, is it going to be a short one today? I'm like, I don't know. It depends on how fast I talk. So I guess the other thing I want to talk about was long arm quilting. And I just caught something else. ADD. Long arm quilting, and people have been asking, are you taking quilts again? Oh, I heard you quilt. Yes, I do quilts. I am technically taking quilts, except with the new schedule, your quilt is scheduled on a particular week. I schedule one person a week, and that is it. I don't do a lot of quilts in a week. I just don't have the time. Wish I did, but I already work 7 days a week, so I don't want to work nights too. Because if I work too late at night, then I get up the next morning and I have to rip it all out. So I'm one of these early people, early to bed, early to rise. Don't make decisions after 8 p.m. This is actually a house rule. I'm like not allowed to leave the kitchen if I'm cooking because if I do, the smoke alarms start going off for some reason. I don't know. It's weird. So yeah, long arm queue is one a week. I still have a couple that are sitting there, but they're getting closer to done. I'm squeezing them in between the others. I'm hoping somebody forgets and like, I'll wait till you go back to yellow and then I'll drop my quilt off and I'll worry about that next week. Or maybe somebody will find someone else to do their quilt, which is fine because we do have lots of long armors if you're just looking for something that's like all over. We've got a few long armors in the area to choose from. I find I'm more specializing in, and I'd rather do the custom work, which is, you know, you can get really creative and you go around things like the hard ones, the quilts that the other long armors don't want to do. That's a lot of work. Like sometimes the vintage ones are troublesome. I know one long armor, I will not mention her name. We just vent to each other sometime, and she's just like, I hate doing these ones. I'm like, I love doing these ones. Send them to me. I said, I hate doing these ones. I'm going to send them to you. I was like, okay, great. See, that's how you work together with people when you think, oh, no, they're competition. No, they're not. We're just, you know, we're sharing the workload here. This is great. Great stuff. So yeah, my long arm queue is pretty much booked out till June. And one of those weeks in June, I've actually put in for myself. Put in for myself and said, yep, this is my own week. I'm going to work on something of mine because I keep finishing these quilt tops and I never have time to do them. That quilt, that's for Tyler, Mom, my nephew Tyler. I made him a quilt. Well, I made a scrappy quilt. He saw it. He kind of claimed it. Not last Christmas. The Christmas before that, I said I would finish it for him. It's just been sitting there. Like the top's finished. It's finished within like a few weeks. Got the back for it all set, ready to go. No time to quilt it. Oh well, Tyler, poor thing. You didn't need it this winter anyway. Thank you. Climate change. Where's this winter anyway? It's like we totally missed winter. We survived February, but it wasn't much of a February. It's weird, really weird. Past couple of years are really, really weird with the weather. So yeah. I was going to show you some long arm tips. And again, not complaining about particular quilters or anything because this happens a lot. And it's mostly because people don't realize, people don't know. So when I put, this has just come off the frame. And quilters, we ask for like a good 6 inches or so on each side. And sometimes it just sticks in somebody's head. Oh, they want like a few inches extra. And they forget the on each side. So it's like, oh, I thought you just needed 4 inches extra total. It's like, no, you need like 6 inches at least around each side. Kathy's really good at this. So this one has a lot, enough, barely. On this side, was that the top or the bottom? Might have been. I kind of had to finagle because I clamped these on. Some people pin them on, but you still need to have enough to do that. But you need to have space for the machine to maneuver as well because you can't be butting right up against stuff because then we'll get bumpy lines. We have to go a lot slower, have to be a lot. Caitlin says, I missed the first 10 minutes. That's when the funny stuff happens. You have no idea. Anyway, so on this side, you can see I have maybe an inch of clearance, which is not very good. It turned out I knew this was because I measured ahead of time. So I knew how to deal with this because when we put them clamp them on the frame, top and bottom, and roll them up, we've got a little bit on the sides and we just have like hardware store clamps so we can make things tight, not super tight, just taut. So I need to have room here for just a single clamp. But as I quilt, the machine itself, you know, as soon as we come over here, it's hitting those clamps. So I need a lot more fabric here just for some clearance. So just be kind to your long armor and make sure that you have lots of backing. It's better to err on the side of too much because if it's way too much, I'll just trim some off and put it back in your bag. But yeah, it's just a little bit of finagling and it just makes the job a little bit easier for us. This was just a panel. And I just did these loopy loops. It was just a quick panel. So yeah, it just gets hard to, and the quilt sort of shifts down as we go. So if we get to the bottom and we're running out of backing, that's not very good. I did that the other week. That was a miscalculation on both the quilter's part and mine because I should have figured this out. But it was like, oh, it's a 108 wide back, but she washed it already, which is fine. But I didn't know that because when you wash it, it shrinks. So it was not 108 anymore. It was 104, and her quilt was 102 inches long. So I had, and I'd already clamped stuff at the top and used up some of that space. And the quilting does suck up some of your quilt top, so it can sometimes wind up a little bit smaller in dimensions. That's why we measure it first. Although I have sometimes measured them when I'm done quilting. It's so funny. Sometimes somebody will say, I saw on the bill, you said the quilt was this size, but when I made the pattern said it was supposed to be this size. I'm like, but did you actually measure your top? Because the pattern might say that, but unless you are extremely, extremely accurate, it's not going to be exactly the same. Might be a quarter an inch off, might be half inch off, might be a whole inch off. When you start getting 2 or 3 inches off, you've got a problem somewhere. You should probably stop, Mom, and check your work. It's a good thing I'm a quilting wizard. Yes, and it takes me a while sometimes. I say I'm a fast quilter, but it's only when I actually get to the quilt. Getting to the quilt is the problem because there's so much else to do. But when I actually get to the quilt, I can quilt pretty fast. It's just getting to it. Yeah. So it's been a fun time. I mean, I do want to save some of my weekend space time sometimes when I want to see the little grandbabies and stuff. So, and I do keep meaning to write up this long arm handout sheet, but it'll only solve half those problems because people don't read or they don't know, or somebody gave them the number and they just scrawled it on the back of a napkin and have some vague sense of what's going on, so they'll just call me up anyway. So, but not a complaint, totally not a complaint. See, I tend to attack everything from the customer service perspective, that every interaction, could I have fixed this with documentation or put something in front of the customer so that they can help themselves, so they'll lessen the questions. Not because I don't like questions, because sometimes there's so many questions, you're spending all day answering questions. It's like I've seen with other shops, for they'll post a fabric on YouTube, not YouTube, damn it. They'll post a picture of fabric on Facebook and say, this is new in, let us know what you want, if you want some. And then there'll be like 10 comments underneath. Well, how much is it? I'm like, okay, well, when you post it, if you just put, this is how much it is, right in the post, you've lessened the amount of comments that you have to go back and answer. So that's the kind of mindset I'm coming bit. My daughter's laughing at me. Of course she is. Oh my God. It's a family trait. You just laugh at your mother all the time. Right, Mom? Ha ha ha. Mystery quilt, thread creases, small mats. So I got another email today because people are like, well, do you know when you're getting in such and such a fabric? I'm like, your guess is as good as mine. So I got an email yesterday. Northcott, what they do is when you place an order, it just goes off into the wild blue yonder, off into the ether somewhere. You get a confirmation. There's like, I don't know what's happening. I could look in an online, like, yep, we're processing your order. Great. Any dates on there? Nope. Can't tell you nothing. Nope. Then out of the blue, like yesterday, you get another email that says, bing, we dinged your credit card this much. I'm like, great. What's that for? I don't know. And then the next day, you get another bill with a PDF that says, oh, yeah, this is what we're sending. So, oh, okay, now I know what we're doing. So I'm restocking the canvas blenders. There's some colors now. I got smart this time. I went through the list. I'm like, I'm not just ordering the stuff that's out of stock or really, really, really low. Anything that was less than 4 meters left on the bolt, I'm like, I'm restocking it now. I don't care, because obviously this is popular. So we'll see what comes in. I do know what's coming in. I think almost all of them, almost everything. But I also know one of the ones that I'm restocking is so popular that a lady, who shall remain unnamed, wants the entire bolt. So it's coming in, it's going out again. If I'd have figured that out, I'd have ordered two. It's because somebody asked me if you got any more of this color. I'm like, it's coming in and it's going out again. So I will learn next time. I'll just order 2 of it next time. Thread cases, small mask, more blenders, long arm tips, and masks. I was going to mention mask supplies. I don't know if you noticed on the front of our website there is a nice graphic. If you scroll down part way, and it says mask supplies, and everything mask related I have on one handy dandy page. Oh, I just wanted you to know that. Dun, 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 dun. And Silly Moon rulers are coming in. So I'm fully expecting, like spring, the dam to break at some point and stuff's going to be coming in all at once. That's what I'm expecting because I looked over my spreadsheet over things that I've ordered, things that are pending, things that were pre-ordered that should have been here last month, but everything's still delayed. I feel like one of those Muppets, and it's just got the random hands sticking up, and there's somebody else's. Oh my God, who knows? There could be. But no, these are mine. See? They're attached. I know, it's so funny. Okay. So yeah, weird winter. Viruses all over the place. Masks. Delayed shipments everywhere. Stuff is also going up everywhere. Some of the suppliers are starting to charge more for shipping. Do things like if you want to pre-order some stuff that's coming out this fall, you can't pick and choose bolts. You got to order the whole collection. Okay, that's fine. They're doing more and more reorderable stuff. It makes it easy on them. Like, we'll come up with this line that's fairly basic, and we'll just make it so that we can just print it continuously. It's better for the consumer. There is kind of a glut of collections out there from all of the manufacturers. So this was coming anyway. They come out 2 to 4 times a year with new fabric collections. Even the home sewer can't keep up when every single fabric company's doing it. So I expected that kind of bust, but hopefully things will level out. But that means, like I said, like spring, when the river ice clears and the water starts flowing, the post office will start flowing. The shipments will start flowing. And we'll finally get some fabric in here. More fabric. It's coming. It's just kind of like a trickle. And I've got this big spreadsheet that's like, these are all supposed to be coming. When are they getting here? And when they get here, I'm just going to be like, oh my God, all this fabric is here. What do I do? Don't panic. Ooh, I know. We'll have a sale and we'll clean out the old stuff. There we go. I know. And it really, honestly, from the outside, looks like I know what I'm doing. I know. It's crazy. Hey, my Fitbit says my heart rate's up. And I'm really working it. Go me. I'm in the zone. I guess that all to say, as I run out of stuff to talk about, it's going to be a shorter one today, which I can talk 20 minutes about nothing. No problem. Yes, I wanted to have another tip. These microwave bowl cozies, the greats. Look, I have not put one on fire yet. But I did notice after I washed it, because you're using cotton batting, which doesn't have any scrim, and scrim is the stuff that's just a really fine layer of like interfacing to help all the fibers stay together. So this is just pure cotton batting with no binders or anything in it because they don't want it exploding in the microwave. Then when you wash it, it all clumps up. So I would recommend, I know the pattern for the bowl cozies, they just get you to quilt like a big X in the middle. If I'd have figured this out sooner, I would have quilted it a heck of a lot more. Just, like maybe even a grid, like a 1-inch grid, because it's all bunchy and lumpy now. I need to make these for Addison's house because you put them in the microwave and then put your bowl in it, and then you take it out and you've already got your pot holder on your bowl. I know. It's a genius. It's pink t-shirt day, isn't it? I forgot. Darn it. Don't be bullying. Yeah, I saw it's the anti-bullying campaign. And I saw somebody posted something today about keep your kids away from this on the internet because these people are terrible. And my first thought was like, maybe if you're the parent of one of these kids, teach them not to say crap like that to other children or anybody else. Because the bullying, I mean, we can do all the anti-bullying it all to me, a lot of it tends to focus on the victims, like, stand up to bullying and don't let people push you around. But nobody's really out there focusing on, don't be saying stuff like this to people. You're mean. Stop it. And that's not cancel culture. That's calling you on your bull. So, yeah, if you're hurting somebody with your words, that's not funny. Sometimes it's not. If you go, just say pause. Oh, sorry. Okay, good. Move on. So, yeah, my anti bullying thing is don't be a bully. How about that? I'm not thinking about anybody in particular either. I'm just, that's a lot, just some things I've noticed over the years is just dealing with stuff with our kids too. A lot of the time, sometimes it was like, oh, well, my kid wouldn't do that. I'm the kind of parent I'm like, did you say that? Did you say? Because I know you know those words. If you did, you're in trouble. Um, no, they learn. They're mostly fine. Sarcastic little buggers. They get it from their mom. Um, I know. Anyway, today L on my shirt is dementia awareness. It's cheesy, but it was free. That was at the top of the hour. So I guess I probably have work to do somewhere. I know I have more fabric to order. See if I can get some more stuff in. You just order from a whole bunch of places and wait for something to show up, see who's going to get here first. And like I said, it's just going to land here all at once. I know it is. It's just my luck. So I guess we'll do that. It's anti-bullying day, and it's sunny. The sun is shining. The tank is clean. Um, yeah, it was fun plowing that driveway yesterday. But we got it. We got it. Ron, he plows, and I clear off the decks, and we shuffle cars around. We got it right down to a rhythm. We don't even have to hardly speak to each other, which is good because it's usually early. Like, nah, grunt, keys. Yeah, okay. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up. I'm sure Caitlin is in the background going, oh my God, she's just rambling now. Okay, bye. I will see you next week, and hopefully we'll have something new by then. May your bobbins always be full. Okay, bye.